I was thinking about chairs. Chairs. Who thinks about chairs or where you're supposed to sit? But I thought about chairs today. And I started thinking, all the different chairs I have in our house. There's different chairs for the inside where you're supposed to sit, and then there's different chairs or seats for the outside. So I'm just going to share a few chairs or places that we sit sometimes in different places in my house. So today we're going to talk about chairs. So look at this one. This is a stool. Oh, hey, little buddy. Let's move you out of the way here for a second. This is a stool, and I got this stool a long time ago, and I have it with part of my drum set. So, hey, little buddy, you sit right there. And then look at this chair. Oh, hey, look, it's Lovey. Lovey's got her mask on today. Lovey also has her wedding dress on because this was my wife Lisa's stuffy when we got married. So this is Lovey. And Lovey is sitting in this chair. So let's put Lovey here. And here's another chair. This is the chair I sit on in my office. Oh, look at this is Thurston. Thurston is a Triceratops stuffy. And Thurston's got his suit on. You really can't see it with his mask, but he's got a suit and tie on. And Thurston, well, he was my stuffy when I married Lisa. So Thurston is sitting on my office chair. And then I got, oh, who's this dude? This is little Smokey. And look at Smokey the Bear is wearing a Smokey the Bear bandana to cover his face. But this is a drum seat or drum throne. So this is used when people are drumming. And so little Smokey is sitting in a drum seat. All right, Smokey, you sit right there. And then here's this tall stool. And this bear, what's this bear's name?
Bonnie the black bear.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. This is Bonnie the black bear. And this stool is just another chair that we have in the house. So we'll put Bonnie with her friends, Smokey, Thurston, Lovey, and that hound dog. But let's go over here. So over the last, some of our lessons, I usually sit right here. Now, you know that in people's houses, and probably in your house too, people have special places where they sit. Like when I watch TV in the living room, I sit on our small sofa. And like if you go into a courtroom, the judge is sitting up on this big chair. It's called the bench. So there's certain seats. And if you go to a sporting event and or a movie theater and you get a ticket, that's your seat because you bought the ticket for that seat. So I was reading in the New Testament in Matthew chapter 23, verse 2, Jesus talks about Moses' seat. I thought, what is that? What is Moses' seat? Now we know there's Moses in the Old Testament, right? But then Jesus says Moses' seat. So let's go to Matthew. It's in my Bible, chapter 23, verse 2. But let's look up here. It says, the teachers of the law and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. They sit in Moses' seat. So is that the same seat that little Smokey's sitting in? No, he's on a drum seat. What about Lovey? No, that's not Moses' seat. And then if you look at this, it talks about that 15 times in the Old Testament and 7 times in the New Testament. So what's Moses' seat? Okay, so what Jesus is saying is the Pharisees or the teachers would go to the tabernacle or go to the church or the synagogue, and they would sit in this special seat, and it would be called Moses' seat because they taught about the law of Moses. So what is the law of Moses? Well, let's go back to my board again. The law of Moses is talked about in Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. So the first 5 books of the Bible, those 4, are in the first 5 books of the Bible, the first book being Genesis, of course. That is, they say that Moses wrote those books of the Bible, and he started giving laws. So it's like Moses, because God gave him these different laws, he wrote them down, and it became the first 5 books of the Bible. Also known for the Jewish people, the Torah. So what are the laws that Moses talked about? Well, there was the 10 Commandments. You guys have heard of the 10 Commandments. Also, there was laws about you shouldn't murder people, so like moral laws. It would talk about trust and honesty. So if I pick up my Bible here, those first 5 books of the Bible in the beginning have all these different laws. So when the teachers came to the synagogue, they sat in Moses' seat to teach about the laws of Moses. Some of the other laws that are in the first book of the Bible is certain foods that you're not allowed to eat. They would talk about how to take care of yourself for good health. So there was laws talking about this is how you take care of yourself. Also, holidays. What do you do during certain holidays? Or they called them feasts. Like if you have a big meal, a feast. So certain holidays, there were certain laws or rules on that. And also in those first 5 books of the Bible, Moses' laws, that came from God, of course, talked about what the priests would also, how they would have to condone themselves, or how they would talk and how they would teach. And then there was ways on how you're supposed to act in church, or in their day, the synagogue. So if you sat on Moses' seat, you talked about those laws that Moses taught of how they take care of themselves, what they should eat, the Jewish people, how they should treat people. So do we still have those laws today? Do you and I live by those Moses laws? Well, some of them we still do, right? We're not supposed to kill people, and we should love thy neighbor, right? And you treat people fairly. That's part of the 10 Commandments. But do we still sit in Moses' seat? You know, the thing about that is, we actually don't. We don't sit in Moses' seat. We kind of sit on Jesus' seat. Because Jesus, with God's grace, he died for our sins and the blood that he spilled for us. So if you believe in Jesus, you kind of sit in Jesus' seat. So here's what I want. You know, I was saying that I have a certain place I sit when I watch TV in the living room, or if people come over, I kind of sit in the same place. Or if I'm playing drums, I sit in that chair that little Smokey's sitting in. But you know what seat I really want to sit in? I want to sit in that seat right next to Jesus. You imagine you get to sit in the seat next to Jesus when you believe in Jesus, and when we go to heaven, we get to sit next to Jesus. Think about that. That is one chair I want to think about. And you know, when I think about that, that gives me happy thoughts too. So when you look around your house and all those different chairs that you have, and you go, wow, we got a lot of chairs. But think about that chair that you want to sit on for the rest of your life. That chair right next to Jesus. That's what I want to do. And you know what else I want to do? I'll see you next time. Oh, but before you go, church is coming back. You guys are coming back to our class. And I'll get to see you in person again. Things will be a little different. We'll have to wear masks like those stuffies. But you know what? I'll save a seat for you in the classroom. Now, I'll see you next time.